to go over all the questions here, and hopefully if you got stuck anywhere, this will help you out. I'm just looking up here just to review. A like term means you have the same letter and the same exponent. Okay, so if I look down here, 3x squared. What has the same letter? Well, that has the same letter but not the same exponent. But 5x squared, positive 5x squared, the same letter, same exponent. I have positive 10 here and negative 4. Those are both numbers, or constants as we call them, so those are the same. And I have negative 3x and positive x. Those both have x in them and same exponent, so they're like terms. Now the next step is to group the like terms, so I'm just going to write them next to each other. 3x squared, 5x squared, those are the yellow ones. Then I'll have the blue ones, negative 3x and positive x. Then I got the pink ones, positive 10, minus 4. So I'll highlight them just so you can see where the groups are. So those are the yellow ones together. These are our blue ones together. These are pink or purple, whatever color this is, together. Now I can only add or subtract in the same group. So now 3x squared plus 5x squared. I'm just adding the number that's in front. Okay, so 5 and 3 make 8. I don't change the thing that I'm adding. I'm adding the x squareds, it stays x squareds. I have negative 3 plus 1x. Now I don't see the 1, but there's an imaginary 1 there. Negative 3x plus 1x makes negative 2x. And positive 10 and negative 4. So 10 minus 4 is positive 6. Again, you can always use your calculator at any point. So those ones, the yellow ones are equal to, those ones are the blues, and these are the purples. All right. So I'm not going to go through every question, but we'll go through some of them. Let's look at this one here, 2b. 4x squared. I go through and I'm like, okay, that's x, but it doesn't have the 2 there, so that's not the same. There's no x's here at all. Well, this has x and the 2, so it's x squared. Those must be like terms. I'm going through and say, well, let me keep it consistent. So we have 2x. What's like this? Is there anything that's like 2x? That doesn't have an x. That does have an x. So the number in front doesn't matter. It's the letter and the exponent. And then finally, constants or numbers are always like terms. So this is a polynomial, and what we're going to do is simplify it. We're going to group the like terms. So I'm not changing anything about them. I'm just writing them next to each other. Yellow ones. Blue ones. Pink ones. Okay, yellow ones, blue ones, pink ones. So I can only add or subtract in the same group, in the same color. So 4x squared minus 3x squared. It's like saying 4 apples minus 3 apples makes 1 apple. So I have 1 x squared. Now we wouldn't normally put the 1 there, but I'll keep it there for now. I have 2 x's and 5 x's, or 2 bananas and 5 apples makes 7 bananas, right? So positive 7x. I have negative 3 plus 5, which is positive 2. And that's it. That's my final answer. There's nothing else I can do because this is x squared. This is not x squared. It does not have the same exponent. So I can't add them up. This is a number. I don't see any other numbers by themselves. I can't add it up. This is the final answer. Okay, so the yellows, when I subtracted there, I got this. When I added there, I got this. And when I added there, I got this. Okay. So now we're going to talk about distributive property. Distributive property means that I take the number that's in front, and I multiply inside. And I know I'm multiplying because there's no symbol between the two in the bracket. So I'm multiplying everything inside. So multiply with that, and I multiply with that. It's helpful to use the arrows, especially at the beginning. So I multiply 2 times 3x. 2 times 3x. I'm multiplying there. I do 2 times 3, which is 6. And there's no x's here, so it's nothing to change that x. So it becomes 6x. Then I'm doing 2 times negative 1, right? 2, follow the arrow. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So that's what goes here, minus 2. Final answer. Nothing else I can do. No more multiplications, no brackets left, and there's no like terms. So same thing here. I would multiply this by negative 3 and multiply that by negative 3. So now you can try that and check the answers that I've posted as well. So now this is a combination of what we did before. This is taking the distributive property and simplifying and putting it all together. So I look in front of the brackets. There's nothing there. So if there's nothing there, I can take the brackets away. But here I see that there's a negative in front of the brackets. So I need to take that, which is a negative 1. But I want the negative of everything that's inside these brackets. So the negative value of 2x is minus 2x, negative 2x. The negative value of positive 6 is negative 6. Now, I'm back at what we did at the beginning. I'm looking for like terms. So there's 3x, and there's negative 2x. I have negative 5 and negative 6. So I'm going to write those next to each other. I'm going to group the like terms. 3x minus 2x minus 5 minus 6. Yellows, pinks. Okay, so now subtracting here, 3 minus 2 is 1. So there's 1x. I just write x. Negative 5 minus 6 is negative 11. Final answer. Those are the yellows. Those are the pinks. All done. So it gets a little harder. I'm going to jump down to here. It gets a little harder when we have multiple things we got to multiply in. I'm going to rewrite it just because I don't have any space on top here. So 2x minus 3x plus 6 x squared minus 2x plus 8. Okay. So I'm multiplying everything that's in front of the brackets into everything inside the brackets. So multiply, multiply, and multiply. So on the next line, 2 times x squared. There's a 1 in front here. 2 times 1 is 2. Don't change the x squared. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Nothing to change that x, so it stays x. 2 times positive 6 is positive 12. Now, over here, it's not done. I have more of it. So I need to multiply, multiply, multiply. 4 times 1x squared. Remember, there's an imaginary 1 there. So 4 times 1 is positive 4, because this is positive 4. So positive 4x squared. There's no x here, so that x squared stays the same. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Again, nothing to change the x. So the x stays the same. 4 times positive 8 is positive 32. We go to our next line, but before we do that, we need to simplify. We have lots of things there that are like terms that we can combine to simplify more. So all the x squareds can be combined. All the x's can be combined. And remember to keep the sign that's in front with it. And we have constants here, numbers. So I write them next to each other. Yellow with yellow, blue with blue, pink with pink. Sorry, I thought it stopped recording, but it did not. It's a good thing I didn't swear out loud. Now the blues are together, pinks are together. Yellows together, 2x squared plus 4x squared, 2 plus 4, 6x squareds. I have negative 6 and negative 8. Use your calculator if you don't know this. Negative 14, but there are x's there, right? That's the thing that I was subtracting, x's. So I have negative 14 x's. 12 plus 32 is positive 44. None of these things are like terms, so I have to keep them the same. I can't add them up. I can't subtract them. They are what they are. So that's the final answer. So I'm going to post another video, a second video, talking about solving the equations.